All right, we're gonna try this commentating on race video slash initial track review of the RS660. Carolina Motorsports Park, CCS weekend. This is the lightweight GP race on Sunday morning. I rode Friday track. This is the only time I've ridden the Aprilia. Friday track day. Saturday I did 3 races, and this is the first race on Sunday. I think we had 7 or 8 bikes on the grid in this race. And let's get started. Right off the bat, I remember I got a trash start. You can't see the flagger. But we're off. I did a wheelie there. Just a little wheelie is enough to mess you up and lose your drive. I think I went into turn 1 in 6th place, so almost last. But it was good. I had a good battle with this FZ07 that's right in front of me. Todd Alberico is riding it, and then Raymond is the guy in front of him in an RS660. But yeah, the bike's badass. It feels like, so I'm coming from an SV650, and riding this Aprilia, it just feels like a sport bike. You sit really high up, and you feel like you're on top of the motorcycle in like an attack position, and you sit high like a sport bike. So there were a lot of corners where I was like, I should have my knee down right now, like how I was feeling lean angle wise, and you're just sitting so high up that your knee's farther away. So I was dragging my knee a lot less, which was messing me up, but I was going fast. Hopefully that makes sense, but it feels great. It feels like a proper sport bike, especially with the suspension from Witchcraft Motorsports. You can check out my build video here where I talk about suspension, but suspension felt awesome. I messed with the shock a little bit. I felt like I was running wide on some corners. I changed the shock settings a little bit, but it felt awesome all weekend. So yeah, you can see that FZ07 is in front of me, and that lead group is they're a corner ahead already. And once you lose latching onto that front group, it's over. So I know I could have a fun battle with these guys. So you can see I get into some traction control there. When those red lights are flashing, that's traction control. And you can see this FZ07 is not slow. He's right next to me on the straights. And yeah, so traction control settings go from off to 8, and you can see I'm in 4 right now. 8 to 5 is basically useless on the track. If you're in full safe, like 8, if you're at lean angle and you ask for full throttle, the bike just won't do anything. It just and then it'll give you full throttle once you come back up. And once you get to like 5, that goes away, and it will give you full throttle, but it's super safe. And you can see I'm riding in 4. There's some TCS, and then I actually switch it to 3 right there to give me a little more. You can just feel it when you're trying to drive out of the corner and just get that extra to get a good drive. It just is cutting. So I was experimenting with just dropping it throughout the weekend to see where it felt good, and I'll probably end up turning it off at some point, but for now it is fun to play with. You can see this RS660 ripping. I rode with ABS in the least intrusive setting, and I wasn't trail braking super hard or anything in these corners, just because it's my first time riding of the year. But I never felt the ABS. I even lifted the back a couple times and the ABS didn't go off. And engine brake, I was riding on the highest torque engine brake for a while. Here I go for a pass on that RS660 on the brakes. Just good pass. I was riding in the highest torque engine brake, so the most engine braking. And a few times when the back was light and I was turning into a corner, I felt the bike like whir. That happened to me a couple times, and it kind of freaked me out. And I was like, is the tire cold? Like, what's going on? Just when you turn in, the bike would rip and then come back. And I think that was the engine brake, just because the bike's light and you're getting a lot of engine brake at high RPM. So I switched that to the middle setting, and it felt fine. I guess I couldn't tell a difference, but it never happened again. But you can see here we're getting some good lean angle. We're 48, 40 degrees there, that's good. And you can see here I'm trying to drive to get a good drive on this FC07, but I'm hitting a little TCS, so I probably should have backed it off. But this is all just testing for me. This is just having fun. And that FC07 is fast, and Todd has more balls than me on the brakes. And there you can see some more TCS. But this is fun, man. I mean, motorcycle racing's badass. Look at us, 120 miles an hour. I'm one bike length behind him through this 100-mile-an-hour corner. I tried to go for a pass here, but he shut the door again. Good time to talk about the brakes. The brakes feel pretty darn good on this bike. I have the stock rotors, pads, brake lines, master cylinder, everything's stock, and I don't know. I mean, I got some brake lever travel while I was riding, but I don't know. It's fine for now. And you can see we did a 145 the last lap. My fastest time here on my SV is a 43, and my fastest time on this bike at the end of the weekend was a 42. And Anthony Mazziato was there this weekend doing 37s. So there, I tried to get him again in turn 1. So what was that, 5 seconds off of Moto America race winner pace. So 5 seconds off at this track at this level, first time riding the bike, is not so bad. We got a little ways to go, but I'll do some more review of the bike once I have a better feeling for it. I'm still working on my body position and my trail braking. I'm still working on all this stuff. I'm still knocking the cobwebs off. But yeah, this is the last lap. I was gonna try to make a move here. I tried to go on the outside here to kind of trick him, and then I wanted to get a really good drive out of this corner. So you can see I was on the gas first. TCS kicking in. And I just couldn't get him on this straight most of the time, but here I went for it. I got next to him on this right corner. So again, it's 100 mile an hour corner. And then I was trying to go really deep on the brakes so he couldn't get past me, which I did. Auto blipper's nice. Bum bum. The bike's badass, man. Really no complaints. I have a couple of reliability things that I'll link here. There have been 2 issues really, but I have YouTube videos for those 2. You can check them out. I'll link them here. And so yeah, he did get past me the last couple of corners. Last turn, checkered flag is out. I think I ended up 4th place. But yeah, I'd like to do more videos like this, commentating on races. Let me know what questions you got about riding the bike, or about the 660 in general. Like I said, I'll do a more comprehensive review once I've ridden the bike more, but first impressions are dope. Thing rips. So yeah, let me know what you think. Talk to you later. Bye-bye now.